Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Painting with Harold. This is my channel where I try to teach my style of painting. It works for some people it don't. And here it's not whether it's right or wrong, it's just my method that works for me, and I just like to share it with the world. So thank you for joining me, and if you want to paint along, grab your brushes and your paint. And if you don't want to paint along, just here to watch, well, just sit back, grab your favorite beverage, relax, have a good time, and let's paint. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Painting with Harold. And I thought today what we'd do is I want to work on something because I've had a few people reach out to me on Facebook. Excuse me. And the topic of skies has been probably the main topic that I've been getting here lately, and people are having problems with their clouds not showing the way they want them to. So I think from reading and talking to people, I think the biggest problem we're having is we're not making our sky dark enough. So with that said, let's try to improve on that. So that's what the point of this video is going to be, is to try to help and get some more vivid clouds in the sky. And the colors I have on my palette right now are just four colors, I'm sorry. I have titanium white, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, and midnight black. And I've took my knife and pulled them out. And with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2-inch brush and I'm going to go right into a little of the phthalo blue, and I'm going to pull it out like so. And then I'm going to pull out very little bit of the Prussian blue, mix them together right here on the knife. On the knife, on the brush. Phthalo blue and Prussian blue. Now Prussian blue is a darker blue than phthalo blue. So with that being said, watch what it does to the corners when you start. See how dark it makes those corners? Even with the thin, even coat of liquid white that we already have on, it just darkens it right down. Then you just come across the top of your sky, like always, with your X strokes. And then when you go back to load your brush again, just tap into a little bit of phthalo blue. Because the liquid white is going to mix with your color, and the further down you work, the lighter your color is going to get. But remember, the point of this sky wasn't to make it too light. We want to have enough color that we can see our clouds when we do start making them. And I don't know how many of my videos you've watched, but I've said it in several videos that in order to show light, you got to have dark, and that's true. You really got to have, you got to have a dark color in order to see a light color, because light on light is nothing basically. It's just not there. And dark on dark is basically nothing. Now, since we got that up there, we're going to go right into, well, let me show you on my palette here. We're going to go right into the midnight black with the same brush and just tap on a little bit of it. About that much. We don't want much, just a little. And then we're going to come up in just a couple spots up here and just brush it on. And then go to your napkin and knock out as much color as you can right there. And then come back up to your sky here and just circle this, or just rub this midnight black. Just rub it right into the blue. All you got to do is just spin it right into the blue. And you can see it's making those dark spots in the sky. And that's perfectly fine right now because of what we're going to do. Now this is going to be a sky that, I mean, you're going to be able to see the clouds. So make sure that this is the type of sky you want to do before you do it. Because once you put these colors up here, you can't go back and take them off. But now I'm going to tap right back into just phthalo blue by itself. And then add just a little bit more to Prussian blue and tap them together right here on the brush. Staying out of the black right now. I'm not going back into the black. And then we'll just come down here and come across on the canvas just like we always do. In case, you know, when we paint a painting on it, this ends up being, it may end up being water, or it may not, who knows. But if it ends up being water, then we'll just paint water. And if it ends up being something else, we'll just paint over the blue. But it's always good to have a color there just in case you want to paint something down here. It'll serve as your dark. Some people call it an underpainting. It's kind of basically what it is. You just putting a color down to use when you need it. That's basically all it is. Alright, now we're going to go back up into our sky here, and we're going to start just blending this sky together with our egg stroke. And with that dark color we put in, it's going to blend away a little bit as the liquid white and the blue come through and pick it up. But also what it'll do is it'll still add that touch of darkness in your sky. And then start at the bottom and just work your way up, just like so. Now you can see movement in that sky. It's like it's moving. And then we'll start right here and we'll just work our way down. And if we get lucky, we'll have the little sheen of light in the middle if we get lucky. And it looks like we did. Alright. Then we will wash that brush. Excuse me. Now we will pick up a fan brush, and this, well, that's a number 3. Let's pick up a number 6 fan. That way it's big enough to do what we want to do. Okay. Alright, we're going to pull that. Let's get this up here where we can see what we're doing. We're going to take that fan brush and we're going to pull it through just like so. And just load it on both sides. Just like so. And every time we go back to load it, we're going to load it the same way. Alright, now, we got a lot of color up here because we put the color up there. So what we got to do is, when we come up here to make a cloud, remember, you always want to make little circles. Little circles. And I can't tell you how important that is, that you just make little circles. That's all we're doing. Just making little circles. Letting that brush move. Keep it moving. Just like so. Now, take your paper towel and rub that paint out of your brush a little bit, because you're going to pick up color because you got so much color up there. But it's not a problem. Pull your brush right back through the titanium white to load it, just like we just did. Come on this side, wherever you want to start, with little circles, and just put you in another cloud. And then knock a little color out of the brush. Load it up again. Come back up, get that top good and white. Because once you get your top good and white, you can come back under the bottom and kind of flatten it out a little. You don't have to really, have it like totally flat, but you do want it some flat. All right, wipe the brush out again, load it up again. And if you ever want to do those little kind of wispy clouds that just hang around in the sky, just bring your brush up and just make some little marks, like you really don't care, And I hate to say it that way, but I mean it's the truth, just put them in, You just make a cloud shape. That's all you're doing. And it's not really a cloud shape. It's just really a shape. All right, on our big one right here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and run him completely off the canvas, because he's pretty big. Yeah, I like that. Then we'll give him a point out here. We'll give this one a little point. It ain't gotta be much, just something. All right, now we will take a clean, dry 2-inch brush. Make sure it's dry, because if it's not dry, this next step will give you very, very big problems. You get paint thinner up into that, it's going to create problems for you. But what you want to do is, with just a corner of this brush, just a corner, is come up at the bottom and just barely, with little round circles, just barely blend out the bottom. Just barely blend out the bottom of your cloud. Do that to both your big clouds. Just little round circles, just blend out the bottom, and then knock the color out of the brush. And then on your wispy clouds, you can just kind of hypnotize them a little. Just kind of over the whole cloud, just kind of slightly hypnotize it. That's all you got to do. And then, with like a backwards C motion, come up here and just lightly, very lightly, fluff your clouds up. Now, that's a very light touch. If you have a problem with your clouds going away, you may be applying too much pressure. So that could be part of the problem. But this is a very light touch, because this paint is so thick, sometimes it makes you think you got to put a lot of pressure on it to pull it. And you don't, because it's already got that liquid white and all under it. So the paint will move for you. That's kind of the purpose of having it on here. All right, and then on these, just lightly blend across them. Just a little hypnotizing stroke. Nothing real fancy. And then we want to come up here and just very, very lightly go across our big clouds and just set them down into the sky. Just like so. And just like that, you've got a beautiful little cloud or clouds in your sky that just sit there and just float around. Now sometimes you'll pull out these little stringy looking things. Don't let them little things worry you, because, I mean, you know, it just looks like clouds. Looks like they're moving. But just like that, I would say, now, let me show you one thing you can do. Let me just pick up another little fan brush here. See back here how our clouds got they lost their whiteness at the top, that crown. You can take on your corner of your fan brush and just put you some paint just on the corner, and you can come back up to it and just barely work you in some white. That's all you got to do. Just barely work you in some white. Just very gently. That's all you got to do. Just very gently. Everything you do in a cloud is pretty much soft. And think about it like this. You know, clouds are soft. So just about everything you do to a cloud is going to be soft. Because if you're soft with the cloud just ends up being softer. So that's all you got to do. See, it got its whiteness back, just like that. But that's basically how you do clouds in a sky. And I hope that video helped you guys that reached out to me. I really hope it did. And thank y'all for watching. I love you guys. God loves you more. Like and subscribe and share. And I'll have more to come. Thank you.